Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Death Stranding. But before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. So we made our first delivery in the last episode. If you haven't seen that, take a look. Now, some things have happened, and all of a sudden now we've got a body that we need to take over to the incinerator. So, one of the things that you'll find out right off the bat is that there are a lot of words and acronyms and things that you're not going to know what the heck they're talking about right away. And things usually happen, you start learning what these things are, or at least their meaning, relatively close after starting. That's not a very auspicious start. So we had a meeting with something happened and we got handcuffed, and you can see it on the right hand of the character. But we're not a prisoner, or so we're told, although we've been consigned to do deliveries for this group, Bridges. So apparently, when you're carrying bodies, it is more difficult to maintain balance. So this is likely to be a balance simulator for this trek. There you go. More liable to sway from side to side than regular cargo. Try to steady yourself. All right, so I put in a course that I thought would be best. We had three different options, three paths that we could go in general, and I took the one that was a little bit more roundabout, but should be a little bit easier. So easier but longer. You can see our footprints from where we came into this area, and we're going back out. So yeah, you can run, but you're more likely to lose your balance. And I've noticed already, if you turn the camera, you're more likely to start losing your balance. Is it realistic? Probably. I mean, let's be honest. Most people, if they had 25 kilograms on their back, roughly 50 pounds, that would be a lot. Not only would you be wearing yourself down very quickly, but as you're moving towards your destination, it's going to be harder and harder to maintain that balance. So, in essence, it makes sense. All right, so watchtowers. We can survey the area if we can keep our balance here. Can't even keep our balance for 2 seconds. Like I said, though, when you turn the camera, or when I've turned the camera anyway, it seems like all of a sudden I start losing balance. So if I stop and turn the camera, then I'm okay. But if I'm moving, it's a problem. All right, so we'll take a look at the route that I planned out, make sure that everything's good. So that dotted line is the planned route. Not exactly where I wanted to go, but hit the rock. Man, haven't even gotten to the first waypoint, and it's I've already dropped to my knees once and nearly lost my balance several times. All right, so rocks, obviously not great. You'll want to scan the terrain so you can see what is the best way to go. And as I've found out, the deeper the water, the harder it is to go across. I don't think it's deep enough or fast enough to have to worry about getting swept away, if that's an option. There we go. Man, that stamina bar just went down to near zero right out as soon as I hit that yellow. Down to like 25%. Stumbled on a rock. But when you scan, you'll notice there's blues and yellows and reds. And for the water, it makes perfect sense. Blue, of course, is shallow water. Yellow is deeper water. Haven't had any red water, but we've had red marks around where the rocks are at. And I'll be all too happy to get rid of this cargo, quote unquote, with all the problems that it's causing. So, as we found out, when people die in this world, they all of a sudden turn into a ticking time bomb. After a certain amount of time, they cause a void out, or they are a catalyst for one. I'm not really sure. And void outs are basically like whatever area that it's centered at, it's just carves it out into a big crater, like a giant bomb goes off. So that's not good. So they have to incinerate the bodies because they are storing chiralium, I want to say. And they don't have them on site because ooh, man, that was not good. The chiralium kind of draws those BTs, acronym of course, that we can't see. You can kind of see them when it's raining. Yeah, like I said, there's lots of acronyms and words that Odradek Terrain Scanner, OTS. Now there you go. Blue, yellow, and red indicating how fast you're going to lose your stamina or how likely you're going to lose your balance. Yeah, all the red. Don't see any blue or yellow on the current path though. So I guess it's fine if there's nothing. Balance simulator. So one of the things that I've found that they use as, I don't know if it's food so much as, yeah, I mean, I guess it's food. what they call cryptobiotics, which look like tardigrades. And I mean, it literally means, cryptobiotic literally means hidden or secret life. So they eat these things, and it helps. Whenever we eat them, it brings our life back. So I mean, it's totally a food source, but you don't necessarily get hungry, if that makes sense. Which I'm okay with. All right, so we are almost there. Thank goodness. So, and the only reason we know that dead bodies do what they do is because of a previous experience, which was almost entirely a cutscene, but it helps to progress the story and increase your knowledge of the world. So that's actually okay. Here we go. Almost there. It's like sprint to the finish. Like slowly moving the camera so I don't lose my balance. There we go. We did it. Huzzah. Now we can get rid of this cargo, get some likes for it, and move on. Top secret. I mean, I guess if you're likely to call, not intentionally, unintentionally call enemy units into the area from incinerating bodies, it is definitely a potential problem, which makes sense why there's no personnel at the location. So they're kind of building the story, but also explaining why things are the way they are. Had like a glass when it started up. All right, so there we go. The ash going out into the air, all that chiralium. Now we got that upside down rainbow, which we got. Yeah, density's going up. Heavy timefall imminent. Timefall is what they call rain, quote unquote. So you have this rain coming down, but whatever it touches, it ages. But not the train, apparently. So we can kind of see these BTs in the pouring down rain. There's a couple of different ways that we can go back. There's 3 getting here. There's 3 going back. And we're just going to go straight through the BTs for the fastest route back. I mean, maybe I should have swapped it around and taken the fastest way here and then take a more roundabout way getting back. But oh well, doing things a little bit backwards. I mean, you can do the fastest way, fastest / most difficult way both ways. All right, so we can crouch. And you can hold your breath. Holding your breath will decrease your... Yeah, you can see that gauge going down relatively quickly. So we can't see them anymore. But our scanner is pointing to where the closest one is at. And I can only assume, yeah, there it is. Point towards the closest one within a certain range. And you can hit the scan and you'll see a faint outline. Kind of like what we saw before, I guess. Now you don't want to hold your breath too long. Oh yeah, look at that. They got to be close. Yeah, you don't want to pass out. You have to hold your breath, then let it out, and then hold your breath again. There we go. Get a breath. Ooh, and there was a guy right in front of us. That's crazy. Didn't get a full breath there. There we go. Getting away from him now, it looks like. It's one maybe close. All right, let's grab the rope and we can climb down. It's interesting. I'm glad that there's no, I don't know, what do you want to call it, balance, etc., that you have to worry about climbing down a certain path in order to not fall down. Like that would be kind of the pits. I guess we were supposed to use that ladder, but we're just gonna wing it. Igor, which was the guy that we had come across earlier, enemy-induced adrenaline rushes. So you get your stamina back and you can just run flat out for a while. But then it wears off. Reached a marker. So we got a waypoint. And then you have to drink from your canteen to recover. Rest or drink. Might be wondering if the rain is deadly to you, 1,000 milliliters. Glug, glug, glug. Refilled automatically. Timefall or other water comes into contact with it and filtered. So there we go. Don't have to worry about getting old from drinking water. So we have water, which helps refill the total stamina gauge, and the food, quote unquote food, helps refill our life. So if you fall down a distance and you take damage, or you take damage from any source, then you can regain it through those cryptobiotics. Now, going through the water here is probably not the best way to go about it. You can see the city in the background there. So we're getting closer, just not as close as we'd like to be. At this point, at least, we don't have to worry about our packages as much anyway. Where we're swaying to and fro. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil, some cryptobiotics picked up. Wonder how much each one actually gives you back. Alright, since we don't have to worry about balance as much, we can run flat out. And look at that stamina. It's staying near the top. Ooh, spoke too soon. No running through the rocks. So we can run out in the open, but you gotta watch out for those outcroppings and rocks and boulders and whatnot. All right, so now we're back at the Capital Knot City. From our harrowing adventure, grim as it was. All right, so we didn't get our likes from finishing. Our delivery as of yet, so we just need to get that, and that upside down rainbow just starts disappearing. Delivered less than 50%, 8% damage. It was from those couple times that I lost my balance. Once right at the beginning. Traveled. I didn't pay close enough attention to see how much longer or farther going out was compared to coming back. It would have been interesting to see. Look at all those likes. All right. Now we got our next order, delivery, ready to go. So not strictly a survival game, but there are things that you have to take into consideration, starting with this delivery. So one of the things that I had picked up were one of those anchors with the rope, and then several ladders. And of course, they all take up space. So everything, your tools, even the spare pair of boots, they all take up space somewhere. So regardless of whether you're holding it or you have it on your back, it's taking up space, and you have to deal with the weight and the balance. All right, so this time, let's take a look at the watchtower. Since we don't have to worry about falling over just standing. All right, so we can find out how to drop a sign. We'll use the watchtower. Oh, that must be the direction we were looking. All right. It's actually kind of like a long-range scanner. Lost cargo. Marker, and then destination. Alrighty. Stamina restored. and immediately start chipping away at it. But you're better than the best. Alright, so here's a lost shipment. Put it on the back. Just add to the weight. 28.4, I think it said, kilograms already. So already we're at a point where I think most people would, over a distance of, however far it is, 10 kilometers or whatever it is to the destination, would certainly wear themselves out. But I guess if you're doing this all the time, you would have quads of steel. And I assume that your balance would be quite good as well. More lost cargo. Yeah, I don't know that I like having stuff in my hands. Probably makes it harder to get your balance if you start losing it. Should have paid closer attention to the weight. Here we go. Let's see what the weight goes up to. 37.6 kilograms. So the total that you can hold is 120 point whatever kilograms. That is a huge amount of weight. And I would say it is very much in the realm of possibilities that you could do that, but also at the upper limit if it is possible. I don't think I had to put a ladder down. I just kind of wanted to see how it would work. There's another piece of lost cargo I should have waited to cross. So when you grip for balance, it seems like you go slower. So even though you're retaining your stamina, you're still going to lose a decent chunk of it. Just not as much. So you go slower. Ooh, that was a little deeper than I thought. But the amount of stamina you lose is not the same. Stamina restored. Oh, look at that. It's a post box. It's following me around. All right, so we can offload the lost luggage, and then someone else can pick it up and deliver it. Cargo to entrust, they call it. So it's like, hey guys, I found this stuff as I was going somewhere. I didn't feel like delivering it. You get some likes, as you see here, from doing this much. Just you don't get the full amount that you would get otherwise. But if there's a chance that there's going to be more lost cargo on the way, and additionally, or I should say, if there's large cargo, then it would cause problems, because it was already getting quite full on the back there. I was thinking of taking it all the way, but it's probably just as well that I entrusted it Partially because I've got three ladders and an anchor that's taking up space, in addition to the cargo that I've been entrusted to deliver. Plus, if there's any additional, and there's at least this one over here. You can see with this amount of weight slash size of cargo that it's not a problem moving the camera around, etc. Don't have to worry about balance, unless I'm going through a sloped or rocky area. Here's another one. Getting back all that stuff already that I just offloaded. Well, not the same, just similar. All right, so we've got to go up over the hill somewhere. I'm way off from where I was at, but I think that was because the way that I pathed through, I didn't look at it. It was a little bit more of a sheer cliff. It would be very difficult to do without a really long anchor and rope. And you have to be at the top in order to put one of those down. So can see the cargo's taking some damage. Another. So I used the ladder and I got a ladder. They say, hey, use the ladder here. Okay. Don't have much of a choice now, do I? All right, now I just have to position it. Don't want to get to the top and then take damage. So I think the ladders, I don't know how much the ladders weigh. Guess I should have paid attention to that. I mean, I think they take up more space than they weigh. So it's very utilitarian. It's a much rockier terrain than the last one. So true to form, this border here, I assume, is... Whoops, passed it up. The timefall gap. I was kind of looking for like a cave or something that I could hide out in, but just as well. Speaking of anchors, what's nice is that each pack of anchors contains 3. So that's nice. And additionally, like I said before, at least so far, haven't had to worry about any balancing acts while you're descending. Well, I didn't see the option there. I don't think you can stick the rope anywhere. I think you just release it and it just lays there with a glow stick on the end. I thought maybe that was an indicator that you could anchor it at the bottom, anchor it at the top. But alas, no. Careful. Got a gap there in the cargo. I imagine I can rearrange the cargo to be a little bit more efficient. Well, we're going to be picking up some more, so maybe it doesn't matter. There's this one here, and then there looks like there's another one over there. Ooh, this looks like a big one. Oh my goodness, look at that. Almost at cargo weight limit. And of course, because it's so, like, it would have been better having that at the base of the pack of stuff. This is a long or wider river. Wonder if this will work. Doesn't look promising. Let's see what happens. Sploosh. Yep. Bad idea. Pack it back up. Alright, I guess we just have to cross and hope for the best. Hope we don't dump our cargo into the water. That wasn't too bad. I didn't scan it, but I imagine it was mostly blue. We're getting close. Oh, there's a little bit of yellow in this one. Ooh. That was almost bad. We'll try the ladder again. I like the idea of the ladder as a bridge, makeshift bridge. There we go. Turning the camera and having the weight shift and just randomly shift as you're moving. I have noticed that if you're standing still, it's not an issue unless you were already shifting beforehand. Something over in the corner there, left corner. Oh, there we go. It didn't come up. I had to zoom in before it would come up. So a memory chip, whatever that is. We'll find out. I'm glad some of the, or most things come up, if not everything comes up on the scanner. Just so long as you do scans. Way station west of Capital Knot City. So we're basically there. We're going to go pick this up and then drop our stuff off. And of course, we're going to add this location to the network, the Bridges network. Jeez. And I'll be glad to get rid of all this stuff now. Ah, there we go. Core memory. Make delivery. Share memory. There we go. Some sort of boundary line we just passed there. It's like, go slow, but it won't matter. Even going slow, you have your cargo tipping. And there's a decent gap in there, so it could have been more efficient. I'll have to check out to see if there's a way to reorganize on the fly. And there we go. Deliver. We got deliver the requested, deliver the lost, and share the memory. So we got quite a bit to do. But I think we'll stop there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.